I do not condone or endorse the use of any substance that I've talked about over the course of this month. Everything I've mentioned in these videos is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a trained doctor. I am not a scientist. I'm not anything of the sort, so do not take what I'm saying as 100% truth. Do your own research. Talk to your doctor if you think this is right for you. Anyone who has decided to follow in my footsteps based on the information I provided in these videos is doing so at their own risk. I am not responsible for anyone's actions based on the information given in these videos. Good morning, everyone. We are here on day 29. I have a marker, and I'm going to mark it on the calendar. So this is day 1 of 2 no-dose days, the last 2 no-dose days of the month. As yesterday, I've kind of going to miss it, honestly. I had a lot of fun making these videos. I've had a great time sharing all my experiences throughout this whole entire thing. Doesn't mean that it's over, of course. I can always share experiences of the things I'm learning after this whole entire experience. I know that as I go through everything that I've learned so far and go through all the videos and stuff, there's going to be lots of lessons that come through. There's going to be lots of information that I didn't pick up on at the time. I'm hoping to be able to do something like this again soon. I feel that it really benefited me. I'm going to take time, of course, to go through everything and make sure I get all the information I can out of all the experience. But I'd like to do this again, and I might even step it up a little bit just to see if there's any difference. Not too much. I might go a little bit higher depending. I know the range for microdosing is usually between 0.2 and 0.5 grams. I might go that high. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit leery still just because I don't know what it will do to me, and I'm kind of at the mercy of my brain in most cases. So I'm still a bit iffy on how it will affect me and what it will do. Throughout the past few years and dealing with anxiety and stuff, I've become pretty susceptible to freaking out over little things. If my body gets a little bit weird feeling in it, sometimes my brain will overreact and I'll go into a bit of a freak out. Be like, oh, what's going on? I don't know what's happening now, what's going on? And that's just the way I work, unfortunately, at this point. But that doesn't mean it can't change. And maybe stepping up the dosage a bit would actually help that. Showing me that even though things feel weird and different, doesn't mean that it's something to be scared of. I'll just take it slow, of course. I'll take some time to learn through the lessons that I've already been taught and integrate all the information I've got already. And before jumping into anything bigger, I'll definitely prepare. Today is going to be a day like pretty much any other day. I'm going to sit in front of the computer, do a bunch of editing. I've got quite a few videos in this series left to edit, so I'm not short on work for sure. Today I'm feeling kind of mellow, feeling kind of calm and ease, relaxation. I'm feeling all the awesome feelings, and I'm happy for that, and I'm grateful for that. This is something I really wanted to feel for a long time, and I'm glad that I have the chance to feel it. I like to think that the microdosing has helped with that, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the entire case. I made some tea in my awesome gold teacup. Look, I'm holding on an angle apparently, but it's an amazing, it's a delicious tea called Pu'er. I'll put the name in here somewhere. If you're a tea aficionado and you know all about teas and stuff, let me know in the comments and tell me how I should go about like a tea ritual. I have this tea set that I bought from Value Village probably 6 years ago, a long time ago at least. And it came in this box and it had like the teapot, and it had cups, and it had like a little brush thing, and it had like a tray you could put things on, and a couple different little cups and dishes and stuff for pouring out your tea and filtering and all that. So if you know about tea, let me know how I can do a tea ritual of sorts and what's involved with that. I've really taken to tea, honestly. I love tea. I have probably, between my mother and I, we have probably easily 50 different kinds of tea, 50 or 60 different kinds of tea in the house. I've got yarrow flowers, I've got lilac, I've got the spruce tips you can find on the end of spruce tree branches. I think I've got some violets in there somewhere too. I got like every kind of everything almost. Maybe I'll do like a tea series, I don't know. Anyway, if you want to see me do a series about the different kinds of tea I have and talking about them and their benefits, let me know down below. It does sound pretty good. I get to try a bunch of teas then. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm kind of all over the place right now, but I'm feeling pretty good, so I'm gonna go enjoy my tea. I'm going to do some editing, and I will come back and we'll see how the day went at the end of the day, so stay tuned. It's the end of day 29, and I find myself being self-judgmental, if that's a real word. I'm finding myself to be judging my success in things based on other people who have been doing it for probably a few years, and realizing that I'm nowhere near their level and I can't understand why I wouldn't be, and I'm just starting everything. Like, it's what it feels like. I'm just starting a new life. I'm starting from scratch, and it has to take time. It will take time. It'll only take as much time as I make it take. So, because I'm in control, which is awesome. It's the end of day 29, and it's been a pretty good day, honestly. I got a bunch of editing done. I spent time with my dog. I found myself thinking about belief and how I feel about that. And I found that lately I don't believe in much of anything, honestly. I find that to believe something is to have an opinion about it and be swayed a certain way about something. And I believe that everything is right. I believe that Christianity is right. I believe that Buddhism is right. I believe that all the other religions out there, I believe all the other belief systems out there are all right in one way, shape, or form. I believe that there is no wrong way. Everybody lives their own way, doing their own thing, following their own path, and coming to their own end. I believe everybody is right in all they choose. Even if those choices seem wrong to us, they're right for that person because that's the way they're supposed to be living their life. That's the way they chose to live out this life when they came here. That's the way they were created to live. That's the way they were created to do things. If you believe in Christianity, it's the way God created them. If you believe in reincarnation, then it's them reliving past experiences and past lives and stuff, or something like that. Like, there's so many different ways of belief on this planet. It's hard to say which one is the exact truth and which one is not. I don't know why I'm thinking these things, but it's really made me... The microdosing, I think, has really opened my understanding and my perceptions of things to take in a lot of the world and see it for what it really is. It's a school. It's a place of learning. It's a place where we get to live and graduate and grow and experience. And we have the choice to choose whatever we want to experience in this life. We choose to believe that there are rules in place about it if we follow a certain path. I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's the end of day 29, and I'm confused. I spent part of this evening, up till now even, considering the idea of belief, the idea of faith, the idea of knowing. I'm judging myself a lot this evening, based on the results that other YouTubers have, for example. There's been a lot of self-judgment about my results on YouTube and how come I'm not this way and how come I haven't got this and what am I doing wrong. But I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing what I can do with what I know how to do, and that's all that can be asked of me. I can't do anything more than I know how to do, and this is what I know how to do, and that's why I'm doing it this way. I am enjoying myself. I'm having the time of my life making these videos. I enjoyed the process of making the other videos I have ready to go. I enjoy the recording of the videos, the way I'm doing it, and the way I'm editing them. Like, I'm enjoying it all. I'm having such fun with it. But that's the part that matters the most. It doesn't matter how many views I get. It doesn't matter how many people subscribe. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I'm doing the things that bring me the most excitement. That's what matters. And we often forget that in life. As humans, we often judge ourselves too harshly based on the results that are expected of us, or the results that people expect from us. We judge ourselves too harshly on the results we get based on the results other people get. There was a saying, and I'm probably going to mess it up. And if you know what the saying is I'm trying to say, let me know in the comments below. Like seeing a person drive down the road in like a super fancy sports car with the hot wife and money, obviously, in the way they look and dress and stuff, and you just think, oh man, I wish I could have that. I'm just this and this and this. But you don't judge yourself on the way people are today. You judge yourself based on how you were yesterday. That's the saying, and I probably got it wrong. That's the thing. I can't we can't, as people, we can't base our results on the results other people have, because they were in the same boat that we are at one point. For myself, doing YouTube, I look at the content I'm making and like, oh, what am I doing wrong? It's horrible. No one's watching it, blah, 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 blah. I'm just starting out. Like, this is a whole new thing for me. This is a new experience, a new line of videos. And of course it's going to be slow right now because the content may not be for everybody. It takes a bit to find the niche that it's supposed to be in, right? And I'm judging myself based on the other people who have been doing this for years and who were at one time where I am right now, struggling with the views, struggling with the content they're making. And it's a learning process. It takes time. And that's the part that really gets me, because I hate taking time on things. I want results. I want it now, blah, blah, blah. And that's like everybody. We always want the best thing right this minute. We can't work for it. We can't handle the fact that it'll take time to get to where we want to be. And that's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous for us to be like that. Like, we can't expect to be perfect right off the hop. Sure, there could be something that happens where you do something else and bang, you got everything you want from it. But a lot of times it takes work, it takes development, it takes building and leveling up in order to get to where you want to be. And I have to realize that it's going to take time. And I have to be okay with that. I need to nurture my patience. I need to develop my ability to understand that it's going to be a process. Based on the whole experience I've had this month, I could chalk it up to, it's like mushrooms. Sure, you can get mushrooms started, and they have to colonize, they have to create mycelium, and then they have to like begin to develop little pins, and then they grow into whatever mushroom they're going to be. Whereas with life, it's exactly the same way. It's like you have the idea, that's your seed or your inoculation point. As it grows and develops and becomes something, it's the spreading of the mycelium, and or in the case of plants, the spreading of roots and little shoots coming up out of the ground. As it grows and develops and nurtures and matures, it becomes something bigger and bigger and bigger, until eventually it becomes a full-blown mushroom, or it becomes a full-blown plant, or whatever it may be. Just like your ideas become full-blown and amazing and awesome and beautiful. That's the thing I have to come to terms with, I guess, is the fact that it's going to take the time to develop and grow. I just have to be patient and continue nurturing it and growing it and developing it and boosting it and everything, and eventually it will become exactly what I want it to be. And I have to understand that right now, it's exactly what it has to be for me to be able to get to the point that I want it to be. I love this. I love this whole experience. I love this, the microdosing. I say it pretty much every video, but I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for this experience. It taught me and is teaching me so much, and I am so grateful for it. Kind of making me a bit emotional. But I have spent years with this same frame of thinking of like, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? And I have to hurry, go faster. But I don't. There's no rush. There's no time limit. There's no nothing. It's all self-imposed. I'm the one putting the pressure on myself to make it a way that it has to be, or else it's not going to work. Everything that's going on with everything in my life is working out for the best possible result for my life. It's working out for my best interest. It's working out for the best of everything in my existence. And that's something that I continually forget or choose to overlook. I really have to remember that and pay attention to that and try to keep that in the forefront of my mind. Like, yes, it may be kind of blah right now, but things can only get better from here. Anyway, I'm going to go wind down and get to bed. I got plans for the upcoming week, and I really got to get them in gear, so I'm going to try and relax a bit, get some sleep, get some good sleep after a few days of not getting it. I'm going to try and get some good sleep, and then get ready for a fun-filled, exciting week of building and developing. So I got one more day after this, and it's the end of the whole month, and I'm excited to see what tomorrow brings. I'm excited to see what comes to a close as well. So one thing I forgot to say is I do not condone or endorse the use of any substance that I've talked about over the course of this month. Everything I've mentioned in these videos is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a trained doctor. I am not a scientist. I'm not anything of the sort, so do not take what I'm saying as 100% truth. Do your own research. Talk to your doctor if you think this is right for you. Anyone who has decided to follow in my footsteps based on the information I provided in these videos is doing so at their own risk. I am not responsible for anyone's actions based on the information given in these videos. I'm off for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. If you enjoyed the video, of course, leave a big old thumbs up like. Helps push the video out to other people, as well as showing that you liked the video. And if you want to see more and continue on with the adventures of this YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell and get notified of the new stuff coming out, which will be happening hopefully soon. Again, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Are you a big doofus? Are you a big doofus? Are you a big doofus? Yeah, yeah. What do you see outside? What is that outside? What do you see? Huh? What do you see? What do you see out there? I know, I know. I know. I know. Well, everyone, we have made it. It is officially the end of the month. It is September 30th. I've got my marker. Let's mark it on the calendar. We've made it the whole month. We've done 10 doses and 20 days of no doses. Today being the last one. And this has been, as I've said many times, this has been the most amazing experience I think I've ever had in a long time. Holy crap. I have come to learn so much more about myself. I have developed quite a better understanding of a lot of things that are going on in my mind and my life, and I am absolutely flabbergasted. I am absolutely flabbergasted at the amount of stuff I went through, but it was all for the best reasons ever. Like, it was for improving myself and for developing myself and making myself better and leveling up and a bunch of other awesome terms I like to use. Mind-blowingly awesome, honestly. There's still a lot of things I'm putting together from this whole experience. I am going to go through all the videos I've made now that this is my last one. Now that they're done, I will be going through them all and compiling a list of all the different things I've learned. Some of them were repeat lessons. I know a lot of videos that followed in succession had the same type of lesson in them, but I guess it just took time for me to actually learn it. And I feel that sometimes I might need a refresher course, and that might be why it repeated itself so much. Or maybe it was just a reminder, or maybe it was just like a slap in the face saying, smarten up. This has been a fantastic experience, and I wish I could continue it, but I feel that doing it for this whole entire month and then taking time off to step back and analyze and integrate everything and put it all into place and connect all the dots is something that's really necessary at this point. So that's what I'm going to be doing over the next little while. As I said, I will be making a list of all the different lessons I've learned, and I will make a video about it. I'm not quite sure when that will be. It might take some time, of course, depending on other things I got going on. It's been an amazing month. I hands down cannot tell you how amazing it's been. This is something that, without the experience, it's hard to describe. For me, this has been so magical, so affirming, so enlightening, so insightful, so everything. This is everything I could ever wanted it to be, and then some. It just encourages me more to look into these things and research them more and find out all I can about how much benefit they can actually offer. I know that I've spent a lot of time already researching them over the years, and there's always more to learn, there's always more to improve on and such. I am just beside myself with so much happiness about all this, and I'm very grateful for this whole entire experience. I'm going to continue working with these things. I think it's just going to take some time. I've got some work to do today. I'm going to be doing a bunch of editing. I'm off to get some work done, and I will come back and talk to you this evening, and we'll close out the whole entire experience then. So stay tuned. Well, we finally made it. It's the end of day 30 of this whole entire microdosing experience. And it was fantastic. I learned that it doesn't matter. I think it was more of a relearning experience than it was a learning experience. It seemed that a lot of the lessons that came up were lessons that I already knew and I just hadn't implemented. And so it was more along the lines of being shown that again. There may have been some new things in there, new ways of looking at things, but essentially it was like a a reminder, a refresher of everything. And the biggest one I've really come across a lot in my editing of these videos is it doesn't matter what happens, it only matters what you do. It may seem like things have got you down and things are tough all over and whatnot, but it really doesn't matter what's going on around you. It really only matters how you react to it, how you interact with it, how you respond to it. And if you see things as, oh, this is so horrible, it's so bad, and so on, it'll be that way. I can actually kind of back that up a little bit. This evening I was just closing the curtains on the patio door here, and the curtain rod that we have for these curtains is like a tube with a smaller tube fit inside of it, so it can extend it however long you need. The curtain hooks, or the loops, or whatever you want to call them, catch on it. So when I'm trying to pull it one way, it's always like coming up to the edge and going, and then you gotta shake it back and forth before it fits over and goes on. Pain in the ass. In doing so, you wind up pulling too much of the curtain one way and you go back over and fix it. And so I was like, and that happened this evening. I was pulling the curtain and it banged into it and it moved over too much. I was like, oh, I hate these curtains. And I was frustrated. So I walked around the corner of my desk, and as I did that, I bumped into the arm of my microphone, and all of a sudden it caused the whole microphone to swivel, and it bumped into the thing holding my camera, and my camera kind of shifted over, and I was like, ah! I think that was to show me that, like, it doesn't matter what happens with curtains or anything else, it only matters what you do. If I look over at it and see the frustration that it gives me, I'm going to be frustrated, I'm going to be angry and upset, I'm going to carry that with me, and it will lead to other things happening. But if I put a bit more of a positive spin on it, who knows if I would have bumped my arm? Who knows if it would? I don't know. Like, it's hard to say, right? Because we don't know. But I like to think that if you look at everything in a more positive light, as positive as you can, it changes the entire outcome of the whole entire situation and makes things better in the long run. Sorry if I sound a little weird. My nose is a little bit plugged up. It's going away though, but I've had the patio door open, but it's been cooler outside and a bit more damp, and so all that gets in and affects everything. So I apologize for my nose and whatnot. So, but yeah, this whole entire experience has been one of joy, honestly. I know that within the first 10 or 12 days, things seemed to be going pretty rough. It was a bit of an ordeal, it seemed, but looking back at it, it was something different than that. Looking back at it now, I see that it was rough, of course, at the time, but that's because I was looking at all the roughness. And so I was looking at it as if it was a bad thing, as if it was depressing and, upsetting and frustrating and stuff. And if I had changed my way of looking at it at the time, I may not have had the few days in a row where it was rough. It's all a matter of perspective, I think. I'm not saying you can't feel sad or depressed or angry or stuff like that. To me, when you have those emotions, they're guides, they're signs, there's something showing you that something's a little bit out of balance, because you shouldn't be feeling angry and frustrated and depressed. You're supposed to be feeling happy and joyful and grateful and all that kind of stuff. When you have negative emotions pop up in your life, it's a sign that you're out of balance somewhere. Something is not sitting right with you, something is a little bit off, and you need to identify that. I'm more observant about that kind of thing now. Since having this whole experience with microdosing, I've come to be more open with myself and how I'm feeling and what thoughts I'm having, and I've taken time sometimes to just sit and just question why I'm feeling this way, what it is that's making me feel this way, what do I have to believe is true for me to feel this way in this situation. And it's opened up a lot of doors and allowed me to see things with a bit more understanding. I know it sounds like I'm just rambling, and I am sorry. These are just thoughts I've had all day about this whole entire end of an era kind of thing, just all these thoughts coming back as I'm going through my memories of the past month now and bringing up all the different lessons and stuff. It just all comes out apparently. But I'm going to save it. I want to do the compilation video, and so I'm going to save any more explanations for that. So for those of you who have watched any of the series itself, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me to see people are watching this, and for those of you who followed all the way through, I'm grateful. Thank you so much for that. I'm very, very grateful for all of it. Thank you. I'm glad my content was something for you, was there for you to watch, and I hope you enjoyed it. I think I'm a bit overwhelmed just with the this whole month being over now, I'm at a loss for words. I can't even talk properly. To anyone who's watched these videos in any capacity, thank you so much. To those of you who have watched every episode from the beginning to the end, thank you so much. And for those of you who have found any type of help or solace or advice or information that has benefited you, I am grateful for the opportunity to be able to create this content so that it could help. That's really what I want to do with this channel, is just create content that helps people, whether it be helping them feel better about something, whether helping them to understand something, or whether it be just content to make you laugh and smile. This is what I want the channel to be about, and I'm glad that I was able to have this experience to share with people in the hopes that it would be a benefit. So if it did benefit you, I'm very, 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 very happy about that. I'm very grateful for the opportunity I've had to share that information that has helped you. But as I always say in these videos, I do not endorse or condone the use of any substance that I've mentioned in any of these videos. These videos are created for educational and informational purposes only and should be treated as such. Anyone who decides to copy me and do as I did in this series is doing so at their own risk. I am not responsible for any actions anyone takes based on the information in these videos. Talk to your doctor and do your own research if you think this is right for you. I don't know if I even shaved this entire month. I remember editing the earlier videos and I think it's a lot thicker now than it has been. I might have to do like a time lapse. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been a fantastic adventure, and I hope to see you in future videos. I appreciate you all. Ciao for now.